All right, last month in northwest England, 3 girls were murdered and at least 8 others were injured in a ferocious knife attack that took place at a dance event. And then protests and riots began to break out all throughout England following these murders after rumors started circulating online that the suspect arrested, who is now 18-year-old son of parents who are originally from Rwanda. But the online communications was that he was an asylum seeker or a Muslim immigrant. And of course, you just saw some footage of the riots, which includes a video of some violent clashes with counter protesters. But all of these videos have gone viral on social media, and the British government has arrested and jailed citizens for their speech online. Incredible. Well, joining me now from London to discuss this is Peter McIlvenna. He's the co-founder of Hearts of Oak. That's a freedom of speech alliance, and he works in the office of the UK's House of Lords. Peter, welcome back to Washington Watch. Thanks so much for staying up.
Not at all. It's good to be with you, Jody, and to share some negative news, I think, from the UK as you opened with.
Yeah, it really is. It's negative. It's pretty chilling information across the board. But since you're on the ground there in the UK, is there any more background or details that you'd like to share to further explain the details that maybe I left out in the intro?
No, this all kicked off, as I said, just over 2 weeks ago. The next day, on the Tuesday, people gathered and a lot of anger seemed to spill over. And of course, it spilled over initially because of misinformation, or so we're told it's misinformation, that this was an individual that came over illegally on a boat. We're told that's not the case, as you mentioned. And then we had riots all across the country, and the government have used this for an unprecedented clampdown. And the anger spilled from communities being left behind. It's exactly the same issue that you have in the US that we have all across Europe, which is mass immigration, and how it's decimated and destroyed communities and left many individuals behind and put a huge strain on many of our resources. So there's a lot of anger that boiled over. So rioting, looting is never acceptable. 100% that is not correct. But you have to understand why this is happening and address that. So instead of understanding what's happening, the police have gone in and arrested just under, I think, 1,000 people. I've seen it's over. Many of them arrested for Facebook posts. Some of them arrested for violent conduct, and that is completely acceptable. If you smash a shop, if you burn a car, then you must suffer the punishment. But the government have now said that they're introducing, without any legislation, they're just announcing that it's 10 years, up to 10 years in jail, up to 10 years, for participation in these riots. And participation means many people have been arrested for simply walking past. They were in the vicinity, weren't involved in it. Many other people have been arrested for Facebook and Twitter posts. We've had someone arrested 2 days ago for, I think it was 2 months, for posting on Facebook. We've had many others arrested and charged. We've had someone charged for shouting at a policeman, gesticulating and shouting, so waving your arms around, raising your voice. That was 26 months in jail for that. And yet we have the government releasing rapists early and releasing murderers early. We had one case 5-6 days ago. A man who committed a murder was released after 6 months, simply to free up prison places for all the extremist, hard right, whatever the government tag us as. And instead of understanding the underlying concern, the government have gone in with a Stasi-like approach, a clampdown that I've certainly never seen in my time, except in Northern Ireland when we had the Troubles. But they've gone in, smashed in people's doors, arrested people. And there was a chilling post from one of the police officers a couple of days ago, within 1.5-minute video that the police put out. 4 times the police officer said, "We are coming for you." Very sinister, very concerning.
Absolutely. And not only that, but the head of the London's Metropolitan Police Service has issued a warning not only to citizens of the UK, but citizens of America who have been putting up some posts as well. And they, I mean, basically said what you just said, that they're coming after even Americans to extradite some of them. They said, we are coming after you, period. This is astounding.
It is. And this all boils down to this is a new government, Labour government on the left, far left government, have waited 14 years to get into power. They've got in, then there was a honeymoon period. Suddenly, these riots kick off. There is fear in the government that this will destabilize the government. So they go into full lockdown, full totalitarian procedures to shut down this. They've also threatened foreign nationals. So yes, you're right, Jody. Elon Musk is probably top of their list because Elon Musk is basically the opposition in the UK. And as much as I disagree with Elon on many issues, actually what he's done with Twitter and how he's held the UK government to account is astounding because we don't have an opposition. And it is Elon Musk who is the opposition to our far left government. And the government have said they will look at online cases. And if there's a need to extradite people to the country to face trial, they will do so. So I assume Elon and maybe anyone else, because he was warned by the government, if you repost a video, you're liable to be arrested and charged and sentenced for tweeting. Wow. What did he do? He kept retweeting nonstop. That's the approach I like, and it's that fight back that we need to see us through this totalitarian lockdown regime.
Thank you, Peter McIlvenna, co-founder of Hearts of Oak. Unbelievable story. We'll certainly be keeping a pulse on that.